What is really good, YouTube familia? Faceman here, and we're talking about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, or non-fungible tokens. What are those? Well, it's a special kind of tokenized crypto asset that can be a picture, it can be a GIF, it can be a video, it could be a song. Basically, anything digital can be given a unique identity. That's essentially what happens. It's given a unique place on the blockchain where, you can have one of each, you can have 10 of each. And for the past month, I've been pretty busy messing around in the NFT art space, mostly buying and reselling different pieces, but also creating pieces of my own. Right here, you'll see Rarible.com. That's where I do all of my NFT trading and minting. Minting is when you upload your art piece and you tokenize it. You pay a small fee, and then it's available for purchase on your own personal store. So this is an intro guide to get you started so that you too can trade NFTs, buying, selling, or you can upload your own art and make some money on the side. So let's check it out. So let's start with the fundamentals. First thing you'll need is something you probably have already if you're watching this video, which is a computer connected to the internet and a browser that will be compatible with the wallet that you will need to store some of your cryptocurrency. See, without cryptocurrency, you won't be able to buy and trade crypto NFTs. So make sure you've got a Mozilla or Brave browser. I would recommend Brave. Google Chrome should also work as well. So first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need a bank account. So hopefully you have that. If you've been working, you've got what's called a fiat on-ramp in the crypto world. The US dollar is fiat. The euro is fiat. It's not backed by gold and silver. Well, I'm not 100% sure if euro is not backed by anything. I'm pretty sure it is not backed by anything. But the US dollar used to be backed by gold. It's no longer. We now have fractional reserve banking, so they can just print as much dollars as they need to. So anyways, I don't need to go into that rabbit hole with you just yet. First thing you'll need to do, once you have your bank account, you have your computer, you have your internet, you have your browser, you go to Coinbase.com or any other centralized exchange. Coinbase is the most popular one, and if you live in a state like New York that's very restrictive on cryptocurrency, then Coinbase might be your only option. I'm from New York City, so my bank is still in New York City. I haven't made that move yet, so the only exchange I use right now is Coinbase, unfortunately. So here it's pretty simple. You just click on Get Started. You set it up just like anything else. You put in your routing, your account number. You also need to upload your ID. So if you feel a type of way about that, just so you know, you do need to upload a copy of your driver's license or passport so that they can verify who you are. So once you have that, you'll be able to buy some cryptocurrencies, so you'll have a number to choose from, and depending where you live, you might have more, you might have less, but if you have a Coinbase account anywhere, you can definitely buy some Bitcoin and some Ethereum. Now, while Bitcoin is the most popular one, it's the safest one. I definitely recommend getting that. But for the purposes of buying and selling NFTs and minting NFTs and transferring NFTs, basically anything to do with this topic, you're going to need some Ethereum. Ethereum is another cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, although it has some different fundamentals, and it's basically the new internet. A lot of different applications called dApps are being built on top of it. Decentralized applications is what it's really called. So the NFTs, that's going to be built all on Ethereum. So you need Ethereum in order to do any business in the NFT space. So your first thing to do once you set up an account is click buy some Ethereum. Start out with $100 worth of Ethereum. I think that's what most people do when they, dip their toe into crypto. They buy maybe $100 and they try to learn what's going on with it. How does this all work? So I definitely recommend that. Start with a low amount just to get started and to figure out how everything works. So once you have your Ethereum in your Coinbase wallet, what you're going to need to do is to send it somewhere else, okay? And in order to do that, you need a wallet that's not on Coinbase. You need your own wallet, one that only you have custody over. You see, when you have money on an exchange, a centralized exchange, they have access to your keys. If they go out of business, you could lose all your money. If they get cracked down, let's see, the SEC wants to crack down on it, the government wants to crack down on the exchange, they could shut the exchange down, just like other exchanges that have been shut down, like Mt. Gox. And, now they're going after the Asian exchanges right now. Wobi looks like they might be in trouble. And I'm sure Binance is going to catch some heat at some point in the future too, because governments are definitely really trying to regulate this. But let's not go off on a tangent, right? So once you've got your ETH, okay, it's sitting in your Coinbase wallet. That's where it lives. So you need your own wallet. So what you do is you go to metamask.io so that you can download the extension to your browser. And then you go back to Coinbase and you're sending the ETH to this wallet. And each wallet has its own unique address. So you see here in the example picture, actually I'll show you mine real quick. So this is what the MetaMask looks like when it's installed in your browser. As you can see, I don't have that much ETH right now, but here's the activity tab. It shows you, what kind of activities you've been doing. By the way, everything on the blockchain is completely transparent. Everyone can see what you're doing. Anyone could look up my address and see all the business I've been doing. And the same with yours. If somebody, saw your public address, they could look it up on Etherscan, and they would know all your transactions. And then under assets, it shows you all the assets you have, right? So I've got some ETH. You see I got some foam in there. Buy foam. Not financial advice. None of this is financial advice, by the way, just in case. So when you have this, right, when you have your MetaMask, what you need to do is you need to simply copy your address, which is right there. You just copy it. And then you go to Coinbase into your wallet. I'm not logged into Coinbase right now, but if I was, I would click on Ethereum and where it says wallet, and it would say send to. So this is very important that you make sure that you get your addresses correct, because if you mess it up, you lost your funds. You might not be able to get it back. Okay. There's KYC with Coinbase, so maybe you'll be able to get your money back, but typically no. And especially once it's already gone to your MetaMask. Once it's in your MetaMask, it's completely yours. No one else has control over it. Okay. So from there, you can send this to other places, or you can buy different things. Now with MetaMask, you can buy straight off of here. There's a swap function. I've never really tried it out, so I don't know too much about it. I use Uniswap, which is for a different video. That's where you trade cryptocurrencies. But okay, let's bring it in. Let's reel it in. You've got your MetaMask. You've got your ETH inside of your MetaMask, right? Okay. Next, right after that, you go to the marketplace. So there's several different NFT marketplaces now. The one I've been using is Rarible. I haven't really tried others, although I should, and I will. I will figure it out and try out others. But I'm pretty comfortable with Rarible. It's really nice. It's easy to navigate. Just like any other site, it has its own issues, but it's very user friendly. You see somebody here is purchasing this piece right here. You would just like browse, you would click on it, wait for it to load because sometimes the site's a bit slow. So you get to see the piece that you're buying. You can go into gallery mode, stretch it out a little bit, look at the detail. Over here, you can find the information about the owner, the creator, the percentage of royalties that will be paid to the original creator if the piece gets resold on the secondary market. And this tab, you get to see all the different owners of this particular piece. And again, it's a little bit sluggish sometimes, so it might take a second, but eventually it'll load up. And then you can go on to this tab where, and sometimes there's little errors like this and you can't see anything, but usually there's a list that shows everybody that owns it. And then you go into history and it shows you exactly the price action of this piece. This piece was minted 1 hour ago. It was then transferred and then transferred and then transferred. Somebody offered 0.2 with the new feature where you can now bid on pieces, and it was bought a couple times, so you get to see all of that. And then there's this detail area where you get more information, and now there's a new tab that goes along with the new bid feature where you can see what the bids were, right? So that's basically how you go around, and if you want to buy it, you buy it. Bid, there's the bid. Also keep in mind the service fee. Okay, so there's a little bit of a service fee. Basically, there's a fee to do anything with on the Ethereum network. Fees are definitely a big problem, which is why you need to always check the gas prices. And I use the etherscan.io gas tracker. You can see right here, it's going to show you what the low gas is, what the average, what the high is, right? So if it's high, that means the transaction will go very quickly and it'll be more likely to not fail. On the low end, it'll go very slow and maybe to probably will fail, right? So I try to get around the average range, maybe a little bit less if I want to save a little bit. So that's important to keep in mind. And yeah, this does get complicated, but in the end, it's worth it, okay? So let's look at my store real quick. I don't claim myself to be an incredible artist, but I've made a couple of my own little pieces. This is my latest piece that I created. I actually drew this by hand, and then I scanned it in and did a little bit of a filter on it to accentuate the way I wanted it to. And I'm selling this one for 0.2 ETH. The price in USD is not showing up, I guess, because they've just been recently doing some updates. But usually it'll tell you what the price in USD is, and I guess if you're living in Europe, it'll show pounds for you, right? So 0.2 ETH. That's on for sale, and I've made some sales. Even though I'm not that great of an artist, I've sold some stuff, and some of it gets is up for resale on the secondary market. Like for example, I made this nice little GIF here. Take the classic GIF and just got Jerome Powell's head on there, right? It's a cute little GIF, and guess what? People have paid money for it. Whether it's surprising to you or not, people have actually paid money for it, and they've been able to resell it again. I sold it for very cheap, and people they get to buy it, and they can put it back on sale. And look, someone made like a 10x on it, basically, right? So they were able to buy it for 0.004 ETH and sell it for 0.05 ETH. They made a nice little profit. And that's the exciting thing about NFTs. You get to look at art all day, browse, pick up whatever you like, and then a little bit later you can sell it when there's, let's say that 10 pieces get made, 10 copies of one piece gets made, and then it's all gets sold out. No one's reselling it. You could resell it. And if somebody else wants to jump in on that action, they'll buy it from you and at a premium, because it's scarcity. It's there isn't any other pieces like it. It's all recorded on the blockchain that the original artist made it and that you bought it. Okay, so these are some of the ones I'm eyeing right now, also with a couple that I'm already selling, just to have it thrown in the mix there in case anybody wants to look at my like tab. But yeah, that's pretty much how it works. When you want to create your own, when you want to mint, you can pick single, multiple. So let's say I want to make multiple, right? So I could choose my file. I could put it in there. It'll show a preview right here. They kind of updated this a little bit, but you can pick a price. Like, let's say you want to sell something for 1 ETH, right? You can even add a little unlock if you want to put a like a link to redeem a bonus content, something like that. You can make your own collection. I've never really messed around with that, but it's pretty cool what people do with that. You put the name, the description, you create the item, then it's on your storefront. Then it's available for purchase immediately. And someone could just jump right in and buy it. If you look at somebody like Very Rare Pepe, he's a very popular artist. So anytime he makes any kind of Pepe original art, it gets bought up instantaneously. And then the resale market's crazy. And then he gets a percentage of also when people sell his art again, he also gets a percentage. So this is awesome for artists. This is giving artists the ability to monetize their work, more than ever. It's a huge revolution in the art space. So you can see that he minted this 3 weeks ago, and as always, it gets sold right away. He usually sells out within 15-20 minutes, and there's several artists like that, like Unique, also very consistent with the sales, really, really good. And you'll figure out who are the artists that get their pieces bought up quickly by just observing things, browsing through Rarible and seeing what gets minted, right? Seeing how many people bought it, how much they bought it for. You can look at the history of the artist. Like, have they ever had their pieces resold successfully? There's some artists or some pieces where you buy it, but then it's like impossible to resell, or it just takes a long time. And with the pace of this already, the instant gratification definitely kicks in. So people might get impatient, like artists, buyers, and sellers might get impatient, but it's on the blockchain forever. So whether someone buys it tomorrow or next month, does it really matter? So it's up to you what price you want to put it at, how quickly you want to get rid of the piece. I'm still experimenting, trying to figure out what's going to be the most successful thing for me, because it'd be great if I could make this like a full-time thing. But right now it's part-time. So, I've made a decent amount. Like, if you go up to this bolt right here, it shows you what's been going on, right? So not only do you make money through buying and selling or creating your own art and selling it, but Rarible also gives you airdrops of its cryptocurrency Rari. And the price fluctuates over time. Right now, I think it's just under $2. But, it's been as high as $6 or more. I'm not even sure what the all-time high for Rari is. But you can see here and track all of your sales. So you see that I've sold things here, mostly things that I did not create, right? But I was still able to make money off of it. And if you get immersed in the community and you help artists out, they will gift you. They will send you some stuff, you know. Let me take this opportunity to shout out some people. So here, Don't Rug Me from FUD.finance, very successful card series they've released. They sent this to me, I guess, because they see that I'm a serious collector, that I buy a lot of different pieces. I have a lot in my collection. Well, I guess not maybe a lot, because there's some people with hundreds of NFTs in their galleries, but I have a modest amount, a nice variety. And yeah, people send you stuff sometimes. It's great. It's an awesome community. It's great to be a part of, after being a hip hop artist for years and years and years, like actively performing and stuff for several years, maybe 4 or 5 years, like actively performing, actively recording, writing for even longer, and trying to sell my music. I mean, I've made more money doing this in 1 month than I have doing all that in hip hop. Like it's crazy. Like there's so much opportunity with this. Like, oh man, like every artist needs to be on a site like Rarible. They need to be trading and minting their NFTs. They need to be buying and selling. This is an amazing opportunity. Also, not financial advice. Just remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. But I would definitely check it out. And leave your comments in the bottom of the video if you liked the video. And if you didn't like the video, give me a dislike. I don't care. Give me all the dislikes. It don't matter. But if you'd like to support my online galleries / art store, it's app.rarible.com/BRRRR. B with 4 R's. Paying homage to the great Jerome Powell, who is printing our dollar into oblivion. Okay. Oh, another thing, you want to look for artists that have this little verified symbol. You have to apply to get that little verified symbol. But there's plenty of real artists that don't have that. But basically, it's safer to get art from those that have the verified symbol. But the good news is that it's not that hard to get it. All you have to do is go on Discord and contact the Rarible people, and they will they'll verify you pretty quickly. They verified me in just a few days. All you need is a few pieces in your collection already, showing that you're participating in the ecosystem. So I don't want to make this video too long, but if you want to hear some more about this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments. Make sure to give me a sub, and I'll see y'all around. Peace.